Well, security has been tightened at Freedom Park, where 362 KAS probationers are on strike. There are reportedly 200 police personnel besides one water cannon which is on standby. Last night, 5 of the probationers were moved to the KC General Hospital after they took ill. And now we understand that the police presence is very high. Very few protesters are out there, but it is expected that maybe later in the day a lot more people will gather. It is understood that all the candidates who were on a hunger strike have taken ill. I remember yesterday we saw 3 people being rushed to the hospital. Today another 5 were taken into the KC General Hospital after their BP was rather low and the sugar level was also low. Besides that, the police are ensuring that they are there in huge numbers. It is expected that H.D. Kumaraswamy will continue his agitation with the protesters today as well. So of course H.D. Kumaraswamy will be present there at Freedom Park later in the day, as well as several KRV activists. Support is expected to grow in the coming hours, which is why the police are ensuring that they leave nothing to chance. My colleague Arun now joins us over the phone lines with more details. Arun, over to you. Take us through the latest.
That's right, Akshita. As you rightly pointed out, situation is kind of palpably tense at this point of time. That's the reason why close to about 200 police personnel have been stationed at the Freedom Park. In fact, there are 2 DCPs, 4 ACPs, 13 inspectors, 18 sub-inspectors, besides 30 women constables. So in all, about 200 people, police personnel have gathered. Remember, as you rightly pointed out, today we are given to believe that some of these pro-Kannada organizations and activists are likely to join course with the 362 KAS probationers who've been on fast demanding a revocation of the government decision to cancel the 2011 exams. So we will have to wait and watch, but as we speak, situation being closely monitored by the police. They do not want any kind of law and order situation on their hands. That's the reason why they've beefed up the police presence at the Freedom Park. But most importantly, as we speak, also remember there is a lot of political backlash to this whole thing, particularly from the opposition parties, which are demanding that what the government has done is some kind of a move which will impact the poor but yet meritorious students who've managed to clear the 2011 exams and have become probationers but still have not been posted. So clearly very tense moment at this point of time, but things still under control, not slipping out of control, so to speak, Akshita.
Right, Arun. Now, yesterday we saw several of these candidates going ahead and stating that they will continue their agitations till Chief Minister Siddaramaiah personally comes and visits them in Freedom Park. Any updates on that front? Has the Chief Minister stated that he will meet with these candidates, or is he continuing to maintain that hard stance of not changing his decision?
At this point of time, remember, there has been a meeting which reportedly happened yesterday evening between the KAS probationers and Chief Minister Siddaramaiah at the latter's official residence. But there is clearly no indication whatsoever from the government / Chief Minister Siddaramaiah / the administration about any possible relaxation in that government decision. Remember, that is something which these people want to revoke, because they say that this is something which acts against the interests of the genuine candidates. But clearly, at this point of time, it looks like it will be status quo. The government is unlikely to budge, and it will go ahead with its decision to allow these people to appear for the 2015 exams. But clearly, in terms of whether it will revoke the decision, one doesn't think it will happen at this point of time, Akshita.
Right, Arun, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. So, of course, it looks like as of now things are calm in Freedom Park, but protests are expected to continue through the day. It is expected that a lot more people will come together for the protest in the coming hours. And, of course, H.D. Kumaraswamy has lent his support. We're looking at several pro-Kannada organizations also lending their support. So they could all come together today, and that's why the police have ensured that they provide maximum security at the Freedom Park. Well, it's supposed to be a university that has been established to impart quality education, but unfortunately, it's become a repository of infighting and squabbles.
Mention the name Karnataka University, and the one thing that comes to mind is wrangling. Every day it's making news for things it should not. This time, it's an open war between the Vice-Chancellor Dr. H. Valikar and the Registrar of Administration Dr. Chandrama Kanagali. Strictly speaking, the Vice-Chancellor and the Registrar must be working complementarily in the best interests of students. But in their case, the twain shall never meet. Just last week, the Vice-Chancellor has made it public that the Registrar had sent a threat SMS, and he has even approached the cyber police and lodged a complaint.
ಸೈಬರ್ ಕ್ರೈಮಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದು ನಾ ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ತಮಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಯಾರ್ದು, ಅದು ಯಾರು ಮಿಸ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ, ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಸೈಬರ್ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Close on the heels of this revelation, here is another that sure leaves many dumbfounded. The Vice-Chancellor now says that the Registrar is trying to catch money off him for her vehicle repair. The bill amounts to 72,000 rupees, but as it is a personal vehicle, the VC says it is next to impossible for anyone to foot it. All these are just the tip of the iceberg. In another low, the Registrar is accused to have not delivered the MPhil answer sheets to the examination section. These examinations were held under her supervision. But in what can be termed a volte-face, the Registrar does confess that she was the one who sent the threat SMS.
ಆದರೆ ಇದರಿಂದನೇ ಹೋಗ್ಯದ. ನೀವು ಮನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಮೊಬೈಲಿಂದ ಹೋಗಿದೆ SMS, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ನಾನೇ ಹಾಕಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾನೇ ಹಾಕಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
Meanwhile, the government has issued an order asking the Registrar to take forced leave for 3 months. But all said and done, it is really unfortunate that the Vice-Chancellor and the Registrar are involved in a slugfest. Narasimhamurthy Pyati, News9, Dharwad.
And while the lashing rains and floods have taken a toll on Odisha, the situation in Bargarh district of eastern Odisha is becoming worse as the water level of many rivers has been constantly rising due to the rains. Here's a report.
This is a village in Bargarh district of Odisha. A few helpless residents are using boats to get to safety, while others prefer to just wade through waist-high water. The Mahanadi river is overflowing due to the constant rains, and this is the effect. Over 150 villages over the state face a similar situation. The floods have taken their toll. 35 lives have been lost, and over 1 lakh residents have lost their homes. It is said that 60,000 people are stranded in various districts. The state government has stepped up evacuation of victims. So far, 1,300 residents have been evacuated from flood-hit districts. Food, medicines and fuel are also being sent to the affected areas. The state government has arranged free kitchens as well.
सामान सब बिका हुआ है वहाँ. कपड़ा लत्ता जितने पहने थे उतना, जितना घर बन पड़ा उतना घर.
Sudhir Pradhan, a village panchayat, laments that the government never takes precautionary measures and districts in the state are at the mercy of the weather.
मैं तो ऐसे बार-बार लगता है, ये होता ही जाता है. 2011 में हुआ था इसे. प्रशासन तरफ से जिस तरफ से हमको सुविधा फैसिलिटी मिलना चाहिए, जरा नेगलेक्ट होता है.
It is said that the backwaters of the Hirakud Dam have entered 5 villages. Areas located upstream from the Hirakud Dam experienced 0.32 mm of rainfall in 24 hours, and the areas downstream received 0.26 mm of rainfall. Water flow in the Mahanadi river has increased to 11.4 lakh cusecs from 10.88 lakh cusecs. Odisha has been hit by floods in the last few years. In 2011, floods in the state killed 83 people. More than 3,000 villages were submerged and thousands were left homeless. Cyclone Phelan shattered the Odisha coastline in 2013. It destroyed farmlands, homes and also damaged power and telecom services. A News9 report.
And moving on, Sunday turned out to be a very special one as several celebrities along with their pets and other Bengalurians participated in a marathon for a cause. The purpose of the marathon was to raise funds for heart operation of several unprivileged cardiac patients who are undergoing treatment at the Jayadeva hospital. The marathon was held under various categories including 10K, 5K, senior citizens category and running along with the pets.
In a better timing as against what you set in the previous runs. The 5-kilometer people stay there. There are going to be yellow color JC volunteers who are going to help you through the route to tell where you have to get to.
Well, it's a bright Sunday morning and it looks like several Bengalurians have come together for a cause. They are essentially donating for heart surgeries to be conducted on underprivileged children and patients in the Jayadeva hospital. A huge number of people have come together. What's also unique about this marathon is that pets have also been involved. It is understood that a separate category has been given for owners running with their pets. So indeed a unique initiative and one that has seen many Bengalurians coming together.
The 5-kilometer people stay there. There are going to be yellow color JC volunteers who are going to help you through the route to tell.
And well, this is what made this particular marathon unique. A lot of dogs also participating and helping aid the cause. They too contributed in a sense for their heart surgeries to be conducted on these underprivileged patients. Owners were seen bringing their dogs out in huge numbers and all of them too participated in the marathon.
This is a photographic moment.